We're on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first A-League stream of the season and the first Sydney derby of the season as well. We got a massive game coming up. I am super excited for this game. Early score predictions. If anyone's in the chat, drop your score predictions because I think this one is going to be very close. I can't see it. I can't see it being too difficult to predict. I think it's going to be maybe one, maybe two goals uh, ahead. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Let me know your score predictions because this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one. Just make sure I got some volume for the game. But we've got some interesting lineups as well for this game. I think I wasn't expecting this lineup from Western Sydney, if I'm going to be completely honest. If I'm going to be completely honest, I did not expect this lineup from Western Sydney. I was not, honestly, Vidakovic, he performed fairly well in the Australia Cup, but I honestly was half expecting Jordan Holmes to start. Half expecting Jordan Holmes to start in goals. Backline, probably what I expected. I'm a bit confused about Aiden Simmons at the moment. Has he been frozen out by Sage? Is he just not fit? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. That's going to be one to keep an eye on for the rest of the season, I think. So Cluna in the midfield as well. I'm guessing you'd have to assume that Priestman has an injury, right? You'd have to assume because he would be the the main midfield option. Let's have a look. A-League round 1 team ins and outs. Let's pop that up. Here we go. Jets, Wanderers. Yeah, so Priestman is not in the squad for this first game. Okay, I didn't realize that. Aiden Simmons is. James Tomakovsky is not getting picked as well. Sorry, let me pull that across. So these are the two squads that the two coaches had to select from. It's I'm a bit surprised by the Wanderers one. I'm gonna lie, I'm a bit surprised by the Wanderers ones. Aiden Simmons, I thought for sure was going to be the starting right back for the season. Maybe he's not fully fit. I guess we'll never know unless Stad just said something. Temelkovsky doesn't get a look in on the bench as far as I'm aware. Aiden Hammond starts, Kryev on the bench. Let me just get rid of that now. Yeah, look, it's a big bench. It's a big bench from the Wanderers. Let me get that. Okay. Alright, let me just fix that real quick. Still got a little while until kickoff as well. So make sure, before the game starts, make sure you have liked and subscribed to the channel. Like the stream, because we're going to be in for a big one. 100% we're going to be in for a big stream. If the Wanderers score, I'm off the chair. You can guarantee that. Got my new Wanderers kit as well that came in the mail yesterday afternoon. Got, hang on, let me, got Holiday on my back. Come on, Benny Holiday. There we go. That fixes that. Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for this game. To be completely honest, I'm absolutely buzzing. I think this is going to be a big test for both teams, especially the Wanderers. Sydney are coming into this team, coming into this game with some good form. You know, obviously playing in the Asians Two, Champions League 2. Is that what's called now? I can't remember. But they're coming into good form. They've won every game so far in that competition. It's very interesting to see how Sydney FC come into this game, how much confidence they come into this game with, because the Wanderers probably disappointed not to go further in the Australia Cup, getting knocked out to Adelaide. Probably disappointed not to get further after a good start against a couple of Brisbane teams. Also, if you want to watch their first Australia Cup game of the season, there is a vlog on this channel. So after this game, why not go back and have a look? But that's enough about the Wanderers. Very interesting. Aiden Hammond start as well. I think that's going to be huge. But let's have a look at the Sydney FC team, and isn't this this is going to be a massive team. This is going to be a hard team to stop this year, in my opinion. Redmayne in goals, Ryan Grant, the captain, at right back, Hayden Matthews and Popovich as centre back pairing. That's a massive centre back pairing. I think Hayden Matthews is going to be one of the league's best centre backs after this season. Popovich, I'll be surprised if he's still around post January, because I think his Korean club will come asking for him again. And then Courtney Perkins playing as the left back. And then in the midfield, we have Senna, Wahim, and Anthony Caceres. Look, that's a great midfield. That's a great midfield. Really interested to see how Wahim does. I think he is going to be huge for Sydney this year. I think he's definitely one to keep an eye on. I'm just going to turn my mic up a little bit for you guys. And then up front, that front three is extremely scary as a Wanderers fan. Douglas Costa, Joe Lolly, and Klamala up top. I think that is a deadly front three for this upcoming season. If they can all stay fit, that's the big question with Sydney FC. Can they keep all these big players fit? I think that's the big question for Ufuk Talay for this season. Because if they all stay fit for a whole season, who can stop Sydney FC? That's going to be a good question. But we're about 10 minutes here from kickoff. Looks like the scenes down in Western Sydney are already looking extremely, extremely good. Sellout crowd, you know, it looks like it's a decent atmosphere as well. So if you are excited, make sure you hit the like button on this stream, because this is going to be a huge game to start the season off for both teams, and a huge way to start for the league to start off as well. You know, Sydney derbies in the first round, they could go one or two ways. They could either set the league up for a disappointing year, but this one is going to set it up for a mega year, in my opinion. I think the A League, it's on the up. I think the A League is coming back. Obviously, Auckland played today as well. They got their first ever win as an A League side. Let's have a look. Let me bring up the A League scores as well. Newcastle Jets, they went down to Melbourne City as well. Let's get this going. Yeah, so they're the results so far. Central Coast Mariners last night. That was an interesting game to kick us off. It had everything, right? It had a league culture. It had Lucas Moragas taking out Patrick Kaznorbo. It had a penalty miss. It had technically 2 red cards. Jason Garrius was rightfully, in my opinion, rescinded. Miranda was sent off, I think, fairly as well. And then you got Auckland winning 2-0 against Brisbane Roar. An own goal from Harry van der Syk. His name is written in A-League history as the first player to score a goal for them, but it's an own goal, so he's probably not the happiest chap. And then Logan Rogerson at the death with an important sealer because Brisbane really pushing at that time. I was still not 100% convinced by Auckland. I think their attack still worries me. I think that their ability to break down teams, I think, is going to be. I don't think it's going to be the greatest this year. I think that's going to be the thing that Auckland really struggle with this year, and then Brisbane Roar. Can they get their front line clicking? Because Acosta looked really good, in my opinion. I think he looked really good. Acosta, King Jelicic, hopefully he can get back to some form. And then Tom Waddingham had a couple of good chances, but not able to convert any himself. And then the last game of the round so far was Newcastle Jets going down 1-0 to Melbourne City. A second minute Marco Tillia goal. And another red card. 2 red cards in the opening round so far. James Jago in the 70th minute getting rightfully sent off. Once again, right call. Happy for the officials to make that. But once again, it's a team playing against another team with a red card, unable to score and finish those opportunities. So I thought Newcastle looked fairly good going forward. Once again, their defensive issues, I think, is going to be a massive one for me in this upcoming season. Wellesley, I thought, looks pretty decent as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Melbourne City continue this season. Kai Truan, didn't look too bad at the back. Obviously looked pretty good for Brisbane Roar last year. Ben Gibson with his debut as well. It's very interesting season for those two teams, in my opinion. Neither of them really fill me with a lot of confidence, but they definitely have the potential, I guess, to be two exciting teams going forward. Make sure to drop your score predictions in the live chat. I want to know what you guys think about this game. I've predicted a 1-0 Western Sydney win. I think under Alan Stage it's just going to be new breath of life and a new home stability because it got a bit rough at home last year. I think that's safe to say. CommBank wasn't the fortress that it normally is. So going to be very interesting to see. Going to be very interesting to see how Western Sydney treat these home fans because it is a sellout. This is going to be a massive game. Kickoff's just around the corner. We're getting very, very close now. What have you guys thought so far of the opening weekend of the A-League? It's great. I'm just glad to have it back. Honestly, I'm glad to have it back. I love me NPL, love me local leagues, but God, great to have the A-League back. Tarn's in the chat. Go Wanderers indeed, Tarn. Go Wanderers. I've got the new kit on. Got the Benny Holiday on the back as well, representing the Moreton region. Go Wanderers. Do you have a score prediction, Tarn? I think it's going to be a very tight one. I've gone with a 1-0. If you haven't seen my predictions video, I think it's going to be a tight game. bit of a cagey game. And then, yeah, I think almost like Cassini Yengi-esque moment, I keep calling it, because that's every time I think of like a 1-0 in a derby, that's what I keep going back to, is that Cassini Yengi moment where, you know, him and Ninkovic on the break. Ninkovic plays him forward. He beats two players, cuts inside, and smashes it past Redmayne. Tarn's gone for a 2-1. I'm going to have to assume that's for the Wanderers. Tarn's a big Wanderers fan, so I'm going to have to assume that's a Wanderers win for him. Anyone else got a score prediction? If not, I'm just going to assume everyone's going for the Wanderers. We're just around the corner from kickoff here. It's been a hot day up here in Brisbane, actually. Don't know how it's been down the rest of the country, but it's been a very hot day up here in Brisbane. I think it got to 33 degrees or something like that. So it's been a reasonably warm day here in Queensland. But nah, it's better than the rain. It's better than the rain. I'm excited to get towards my first A-League game of the season, which will be Brisbane Roar taking on Sydney FC. That's going to be a great game because Roar, they have the potential, in my opinion, to be a good team. It's just whether they can live up to it and gel together. Acosta, once again, I've said it already this stream, he looked really impressive for me. He looked really impressive. But we're getting close to kickoff now. Kickoff's just around the corner. They've already done the light show there at CommBank Stadium, the sold-out CommBank Stadium as well. That is absolutely massive for this game and the league. Juan Mata starting on the bench for the Wanderers. Let me get that lineup back up for you. Juan Mata and Bojan Krajev starting on the bench alongside Anderson, Pelikanos, Holiday, and Beedling, and Jordan Holmes as a backup goalkeeper. Vidakovic gets the nod ahead of Holmes in this first game, especially with Lawrence Thomas still out with injury. So Jordan Holmes and Vidakovic seem like the two that Anastasic is most comfortable with, and Vidakovic gets the nod for his first A-League game. Gabriel Clerc jumps in at right back, Alex Bonatig and Jean Tae Wook at centre back, and then Jack Clisby in at left back, with Cicluna and Brillante playing ahead of them as the double pivot, which is going to be interesting to see. Nick Milanovic, I'd imagine, is going to play out wide, but it wouldn't surprise me if he plays through the middle as a number 10. Aiden Hammond, Sapsford, and Brandon Borelli. Good to see Brandon Borelli in the starting lineup. Hopefully, he can have a big season this year. I think only got the one goal last year, so Brandon Borello, in my opinion, needs a big season. Needs to get himself back in Socceroos contention. Do I think Juan Mata will get his debut today? I think he has to, right? I think Juan Mata has to come on at some point, especially if Wanderers are chasing the game or it's a 0-0. I think Juan Mata has to come on. He will be a difference maker if he is given the game time. Then let's have a look at the Sydney FC lineup. They've gone strong from the get-go. Gone Ryan Grant, Hayden Matthews, Popovich, and Courtney Perkins as a backline. That's a very good backline, in my opinion. Redmayne in goals, Senna, Wahim, and Caceres in the midfield. It's a great team that Sydney FC have built this season. And then they've got Douglas Costa, Klamala, and Joe Lolly up front, with Devonish Mayer as the backup goalkeeper, Joel King, Corey Holman, Segicic, Kacharski, Max Burgess, and Amenatides on the bench. Very interesting to see how this game goes. They're about to walk out, both teams, for their first A-League game of the season, the first Sydney derby of the season. I'm glad I'm going to be able to get down to at least one Sydney derby this year with Unite round. So I'm glad they have done a Sydney derby for Unite round. Breno Borello leading out the Western Sydney Wanderers as the captain, just because Lawrence Thomas, the club captain, he will not be in this game, maybe not even round 2, because of an injury. So, going to be very interesting to see what happens when he comes back in, if he's just going to slot straight in. You'd imagine so, as the club captain. Both goalkeepers wearing the number 0 tonight, as they always do in a Sydney derby, as they try to bring to light the towards 0 death tolls on the road. The RBB have released a absolutely mammoth banner this year, going down the whole side of the active support, just reading RBB. The flares are out, or is it safe smoke, whatever it is. It's a great, it looks like it's going to be a banging atmosphere here at CommBank Stadium tonight. Going to be interesting to see how Alex Bonnetig and Jong Tae-wook link up together as that centre-back pairing. I think that's going to be a very interesting one. I think it'll be fine. Bonnetig, for me, is a great central defender. John Tae-wook, he looks absolutely unbelievable. Well, at least he did during the Australia Cup. Jack Clisby, he's the starting at left back today. Can he keep his spot in that left back role? Because I think that there's a bit of competition now. There's a bit of competition at left back. But if you have listened to the Learning A-League pod that we did this year, we actually did a interview with Wanderers player Ben Holiday, who during the Australia Cup and the NPL has played as a left wing back, but looks like Alan Stadrich has been playing him as a left wing in training and trial games so far. So going to be very interesting to see how, if he gets his opportunity today where Ben plays, because he's able to play that defensive role, but also a very, very good attacker. He's very good when he's running at players. We're getting very, very close now. I am super excited. Super excited for this game. If you guys are excited, make sure you like the stream. And just before the game starts, make sure you drop your score predictions if you haven't already. Make sure you can say what you knew what the score was going to be before the game finished. So drop that in the chat if you haven't already. I am super keen for this one. As a Wanderers fan, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the season. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit nervous. We've gone with a heavy youth approach for this upcoming season. But we've also kind of splashed the cash a bit with bringing in someone like Juan Mata. Like that's a risky move. Like marquee signings don't always work in the A-League. You see someone like Lewis Nani, for example, Fabio Gomez last season. They don't always work here in Australia. Hopefully, for the Wanderers' sake, that does work tonight. The RBB banner's still going. It's a mammoth banner. Hopefully, nothing comes of that like it did last year, because it caused a whole heap of trouble last year for some unknown reason. Sydney FC, Ufuk Talai. Do we have any Sydney FC fans in the chat? Because Ufuk Talai for me is up there as one of the best coaches in the league. He had a lot of help from David Drulich last season. I think that's for sure. But he was very impressive to me last year. Here we go. We're ready to get underway. Here. There we are. We are underway in the first Sydney derby of the season. What's supposed to be a sold-out CommBank Stadium. Sydney FC gets us underway. The Wanderers with a quick counter attack at Sydney FC, but bit of confusion there with Aiden Hammond and Brandon Borello. So it looks like that lineup is correct, but Aiden Hammond is playing on the left and Nick Milanovic on the right. So it's I've got it close. I've got it close. Dylan Cicluna getting his chance as a midfield player last year. He did play a fair bit as a fullback last year. Yeah, exactly, Tom. I'm literally just saying it now. It's great to see him play his natural position. He played very well in the MPL in his natural position. So I'm glad to see him playing as a midfield option rather than a fullback like he was at the end of last season under Radan. Playing around the back at the moment here, the Wanderers. Sydney still with their high press that made them so successful last season. Fair. Actually, both teams have changed a lot. Both teams have changed a lot. It's an interesting start of play from the Wanderers so far. It looks like Vodakovic. It's either getting his bearings in the game, or that's the game plan tonight. Just hoof it long to see if Borello can flick it on to Sapsford or vice versa. Douglas Costa with the ball there to Jordan Courtney Perkins. It's well defended there by Gabby Clare. Western Sydney Wanderers. I think it could be a mixed bag this season. I think it could go one way or the other. They've won the ball back here through Dylan Cicluna. Borello's put Jack Clisby through on the left here, taking on Ryan Grant, and the Wanderers have won the first corner of the derby. Great start there from the Wanderers. Brandon Borello is looking pretty sharp, in my opinion. Jack Clisby looking very fresh down that left-hand side. So it's like Clisby is going to put in the ball. Be aiming for someone like Jonte Wook. Near post. It's going back to Clisby. The Wanderers here trying to probe and attack. Here's Brandon Borello. He's got himself a bit of space in there. Nice shot. It's just gone past the near post of Andrew Redmayne in that bright orange Sydney FC goalkeeper kit. Good start from the Wanderers. A good start. That's exactly what I like to see. Great press there from the Wanderers. Sydney FC have put it out very early. A good attacking opportunity here from the Wanderers. Jack Clisby with the throw. We're very high up at the moment. We've got a lot of ground movement. As I say that, Sydney FC have won the ball back. Here's Anthony Caceres. For me, one of Sydney's best players last year. And one of the most underrated players in the league, in my opinion. I think Anthony Caceres is very underrated in this league. Here's Wahim. Bit of space. Decent shot. Oh, it's Leo Senna, sorry. Leo Senna. Great to see both the active bays full. The UFC have got 3 bays on their side. Looking absolutely full those active support areas. Here's Brandon Borello getting very closely marked there by Jordan Courtney Perkins. Vidakovic is kicking it very long at the moment. Whether that's game plan by Stadge or just a bit of nerves coming into his first game, because it's a massive first game to be a part of, right? The Sydney Derby. Great pass here by Popovich to Courtney Perkins. Try to take on Kerr. Wahim plays it back to Courtney Perkins, who's in the box. Oh, Joe Lolly with a snapshot early on. Aaron's going for a 5-0 Sydney FC win. I mean, if that happens, Aaron, I will personally give you 1 Mars bar. I think that is an outrageous scoreline in my opinion. I think this is going to be a 1-0. Sydney FC wins the ball back there after a couple of loose passes there by the Wanderers. But their high press, the Wanderers, is looking very good under Alan Stajic. But it leaves them very open at the back. It's Caceres tries to play Kalamala. But Bonatig clears it over that sideline. Going to be very good to see Alex Bonatig develop over this season, in my opinion. I think he's going to be one of the best young centre-backs in the league. I think both teams have one of the best young centre-backs in the leagues with Hayden Matthews and Alex Bonatig. Popovich playing a bit higher up. Santa trying to play Douglas Costa. Douglas Costa not on his toes, on his heels. Going to be interesting to see how those 2 Brazilians link up this season. But it does seem to be, for the Wanderers, it's just a bit of hoofball to start off with. High press and hoofball, which is not a combo you see together very often, but... Oh, Courtney Perkins plays the Klamala. His first touch was good, but if he got that shot away, it could have been danger for Western Sydney Wanderers there. Tay Hook with a great ball to the middle of Aiden Hammond there. Borello tries to play it out wide, but just gets closed down. I'm a bit nervous. Look, Sydney are looking good going forward. At Sydney FC, they've already helped themselves to a few wins in the Champions League, Champions League 2, but it's still the Champions League. Still a bit of Asian football. Zach Satson's over on his haunches at the moment. Gives us a little bit of a break. Oh. He loses the header to Hayden Matthews and hits the bottom of his chin right on Brandon Borello. That's a nasty one. especially if he's bitten down his tongue or something. That's awful. That Wanderers training kit looking very, very fresh, I'm not going to lie. Gonna look very, very fresh. Why matter there? Lucky enough to sit next to someone like Ben Holiday. Maybe it's the other way around. I can't really tell. Sydney FC, they give the ball away here. Brillante tries to flick it over towards Sapsford, but very, very heavy. It goes all the way back to Andrew Redmayne. And the bright orange, but the dull orange socks. Interesting combo. Great challenge there by, looks like Cicluna. Yeah, Tan, they wear both keepers wear the number 0 for the derby, as they I think the derbies, like both Sydney teams work with Transport New South Wales to make it towards 0 deaths on the roads of New South Wales. A great initiative. I like, you know, a bit of variety for both teams to wear 0 as well. Gabby Clerk cuts that ball out after a good run by Anis Wahim. The Wanderers with a good couple of 1-2s there. Aiden Hammond almost playing as a third midfielder with Milanovic pushing up as high as he is. Vidakovic plays a good ball there to Brillante. Milanovic just tries to squeeze it past the Sydney FC defender. No worries at all, Tan. No problem at all. I think it's a great initiative that you know, the derby is a heated fixture, but that's something that both teams can kind of work towards, and you know, it's a great initiative for both teams to get a part of. That's a great ball by Jack Clisby to Brandon Borelli, but he just can't bring it under, and Hayden Matthews cuts it out. Sydney FC with a nice little link up in the midfield there. Joel Ollie's floating inside a lot at the moment. He's almost playing as a number 10 there, Joel Ollie. Very interesting to see. Gabby Clare with the hard task tonight of marking Douglas Costa, someone with such skill and pace. It's going to be a hard battle for the Wanderers right back in this game. Also, I found something out. Might have been yesterday or this morning, that Trent Bahaja is now a international footballer. He has picked up a cap from Malta in the UEFA Nations League. So he's got his move overseas to Brescia, and Cicluna just put it behind Milanovic. Milanovic ends up finding Sapsford. Sapsford with the cross back over to Gabby Clare with a flick back post. Oh, cleared off the line by Popovic. Oh, no. So close for an opener for the Wanderers. Cabby Clare with that ball kind of floated back stick, put Redmayne in no man's land. Oh. Just needed a little bit more power, a little bit more directness, I think, as well from Aiden Hammond. Awkward, you know, shot at goal, but Alex Popovic is standing on the line. It's a good start from the Wanderers. A good start. So close indeed, Tart. So close indeed. We're looking good. Popovic tries to play the ball. Jonte Walk loses that. Why him? Plays it out to Lolly on that left foot, but not troubling Vidakovic on that occasion. A bit wide. Joe Lolly with a bit of a longer haircut this year as well. Grown it out over the off-season. RBB making plenty of noise at this Sydney derby. The Cove would be as well. It's a great atmosphere to be in. I was gutted that what happened when I was. Oh my god, Joe Lolly! Oh no, Joe Lolly gets the opener for Sydney FC. Oh no! After the Wanderers have looked so good so far. Joe Lolly. Jack Clisby and Bonnetig just don't get the communication right with that defence as well. Oh no! Joe Lolly gets us kicked off this season. And his first goal in the Sydney derby. Hard to believe he's never scored against Wanderers, to be honest. But Joe Lolly with his first goal in a Sydney derby. Oh no, can't believe that. Can't believe it. The Wanderers have been so good so far. Bit of a defensive mistake. Playing out from the back. Ah. Oh well. Oh well. Still plenty of the game to go. Still about 70 minutes to go. A lot of opportunities for Wanderers to get back in this game. But with that Sydney defence, how it started, it's going to be hard to get back into this game. There is opportunities though to get in behind this Sydney FC defence. We've seen that already. Borello's had a few runs in behind. Clisby even had one. I think we need someone with pace up top though. Borello's got a bit of pace, but Sapsford not 100% sure on his pace. Milandovic has got a little bit. Maybe Aiden Hammond might end up finding his way up top at some point in this game. Joe Lolly with a cross in. It's come all the way to Douglas Costa, whose shot cross is flicked out by Clisby for a throw. I think that was supposed to be a shot from Douglas Costa. Sydney FC starting to find a foothold in this game with the possession. Wanderers. Oh, Sydney FC. Oh my god. Klamala. Very close to scoring Sydney's second. Oh my god. Jonte Wook is just muscled off the ball there by Klamala and Bonnetig. I don't know. Wanderers win the ball back here through Borello, but it's given back by Brillante. Scaluna commits the foul on Leo Sana there. Oh, not that. Wanderers' defense is looking a bit shaky to start off this season. John T. Walk doesn't seem to kind of have that aggression for the ball that Marcelo had. I think that's what the Wanderers were hoping, getting someone like John T. Walk in, but it hasn't happened so far. But once again, we're still only early in this game, still only early in the season. But Sydney have a free kick in a dangerous position here. It's just actually it's a bit of an awkward position. They're far enough out to cross the ball, but if they hit it well enough, they could score. Douglas Costa does have the shot. It went straight at Vidakovic, though. Sydney FC are starting to get a foothold in this game, starting to look good. A couple of sliding challenges there. Klamala went in hard on Scaluna. He's still down. Borello flicks it on, and Milanovic can't get on the end of it. Douglas Costa. Klamala gets the first yellow card of this game after that challenge on Dylan Scaluna. Interesting. Is that a throw in or is that a Sydney FC free kick? Oh, it was a throw in. Okay, fair enough. That's definitely a Sydney FC free kick in my opinion. Guess Alex King can't see everything. Oh, Aiden Hammond almost trying Zapsats for death. It's the breaking opportunities that the Wanderers are getting the opportunities. That's where it's going to come. The break and that high press. The high press is looking good, but it's just that final ball. Maybe someone like Juan Mata can come in and provide a bit of brilliance for this Wanderers side. Obviously, make sure if you are enjoying the watch along to like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing one of these most weeks, I think. We're going to try to do one every week. Probably not going to happen every week, but I'm going to try and do them at least every week that Brisbane Roar don't have a home game. It's getting a bit heated here. Nick Milanovic and looks like Alex Popovich are having goes at each other. Ryan Grant's got himself involved. Jack, how are we, mate? Let's go indeed. The A-League is back. That Sydney derbies are back. Alright, Alex King's got the yellow card. Who's he? Who are these going to? Because I reckon it could go about 5 of these players now. Alex King's getting everyone to move on. Popovich is getting a yellow card, and so is Milanovic. So in the space of about 5 minutes, it's gone from 0 yellow cards to 3 real quick. It's getting a bit of spice in this derby. But a centre back on a yellow card, that's not something you want to see from Sydney FC. That's if you're a fan of Sydney FC, that is. For me, I'm absolutely thrilled about it. Milanovic getting involved in the scuffle, picks up himself a yellow card as well. Gabby Clare clears the ball. The Wanderers looking to find themselves back into this game. It's just a matter of can they find their way back into it, especially with such a strong Sydney FC defence as well. Popovic, Hayden Matthews, someone like Ryan Grant as well brings a lot of experience to that back line. And Jordan Courtney-Perkins as the left back. You know, he's got a bit of competition with Joel King behind him as well. You know, Ryan Grant, club captain now. Is he able to keep someone like a Zach DeJesus as well behind him? Jonte Wook plays it out to Clare, who's gone past Courtney Perkins. Here's Milanovic down the right-hand side. If he switches it, there's players on the other side. Here's Brillante, plays it out to Clisby. Come on. Hammond, just need to put in the ball there, in my opinion. Klamala loses the ball there, though, after 3 Wanderers players swarm him. But that's just a bit of a nothing ball in behind the Sydney defence there for the Wanderers. Doesn't get us anywhere. Wanderers are definitely slacking in terms of shot compared to Sydney. Jonte Wook wins the header. Cicluna with a great midfield contribution there as well. Bit of head tennis being played. Cicluna dumps it forward. Sydney FC are able to keep it in, but it goes straight back to Gabby Clare. Milovic tries to get Borello in behind. That seems to be the game plan for the Wanderers. Try and get Borello and Sapsford in behind. Try and play through that high press that Sydney are doing as well. Cosby gets the ball back to Sydney FC there. After trying to nutmeg a couple too many players. Popovic plays it out to Anthony Caceres. Sydney FC are playing with, like, when they're in possession, their centre-backs are playing very wide, which is interesting to see. Like, almost hugging the touch lines at some stages. All the way over to Ryan Grant. Joe Lolly, you know what he's going to do. He's going to get on that left foot, but it's hard to stop. Popovic and Matthews just sharing the ball between them. Lolly tries to play Anas Wahim in behind. Exponenting covers Anas Wahim. He I think is going to be up there for best player this A-League season. I think he's looked really sharp in the Asian Champions League so far, and I think he's going to be Sydney FC's more important player this year. Especially if they end up where I predicted them, which was second place. So Wanderers, Cicluna. Good couple of passes there for the Wanderers, but it's just punted forward by Brillante. Just nothing looking too inspiring at the moment for the Wanderers, in my opinion. A few nice midfield passes, but nothing comes to it more than that at the moment. CIC with a very interesting training kit I saw there in Joel King. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit of like an everything. Every shape, Cicluna. Heaps of space here for Clisby. Clisby going down the left. but well marked there by Joe Lolly and forces him to go backwards. Yeah, they're very interesting training kit there for Sydney FC. Table walk plays to Claire, who wins the throw in. Gabby Clare goes all the way back to John Tablewalk. 30 minutes into this game, the Wanderers 15 minutes in the half to prove themselves. That's a great pass from Vidakovic over to Jack Clisby. Can he keep it in? He has. To Brandon Borello. Aiden Hammond. Oh, just that little touch behind him. Great defensive action there by Hayden Matthews to stop the Wanderers' attack there. But that was probably one of the most the best attacking output that Wanderers have had so far in this game. Jack Clisby on the corner. Jonte Walk, Zach Sapsford gonna be the Jack Clisby towards Borello. Andrew Redmayne lets it go over. The goals though for a goal kick. Brandon Borello just needs to find his goal scoring boots. He hasn't had them of late. Hasn't really had them in the last couple of seasons. Doesn't even get his head to that one. He just hits his shoulder. Sydney FC looking fairly comfortable at the back so far. As Andrew Redmayne sends it forward. Jack Clisby sends it pretty much straight back towards Brandon Borello. Aiden Hammond just commits the foul there on Anthony Caceres. It's going to be interesting to see if Leo Sana can kind of become that replacement for Luca Bratton, because that's realistically what he's been brought in to do, right? He's been brought in to replace Luca Bratton. Luke Bratton, obviously, with his first Socceroos cap the other night as well. Congratulations to him. But very interesting decision to let Luke Bratton go by Sydney FC. I thought for sure he was one that they were going to keep as a spine player. He's their captain. Like, I thought it was a bit silly to let him go, but I guess time will tell. MacArthur's gained so far. He's looked very good. He's looked very, very good, Luke Bratton. Courtney Perkins found himself on the other side of the field, committed a foul against Dylan Shakluna. Vidakovic going to take this free kick for the Wanderers. We're doing a bit of griddle at halftime as well. So make sure you stick around for that. Make sure you like the stream if you have enjoyed. And I'm pumped to see A-League watch-alongs back. I only did a couple last year, but I'm planning to do a lot more this year. I do enjoy doing the live watch-alongs. I enjoy the chat element as well. I love being live and people are able to express their opinions as well. That's what I like about these live watch-alongs. Gabrielle Clare, that's got to be a yellow card for that challenge on Jordan Courtney Perkins. It is, yeah, nowhere near the ball, just chopped down the player. Clare technically got the ball. He got the ball, but it's just the way he won the ball. He did touch the ball, but it's the grabs of Courtney Perkins to lunge himself for that ball. It's a bit much. Looks like Anas Wahim and Douglas Costa standing over this free kick. Probably favours Douglas Costa's left boot being able to wrap it around that. Maybe Wahim bends it towards the goal. Douglas Costa, it is. All the way back to Joe Lolly, and he puts it over. Very dangerous to leave Joe Lolly that much time on his left foot as well. 10 minutes to go in the half. Can the Wanderers find their way back into this game? It's not looking likely at the moment. But Stadge has still got another half to work with. And a lot of firepower on that substitute bench with the likes of Juan Mata. You know, Antonsen on the bench as well. Borello is brought down by Hayden Matthews, it looks like. Here's Jack Clisby, puts the ball in. There's no one in there. That wasn't the greatest thought, in my opinion. There was, especially the way he passed that. Here's Cicluna, plays it all the way over to Clare. Clare and Jonte Hooks swap positions for now. Bonatig goes for a little run. Plays the 1-2 with Brillante. Bonatig plays it all the way out to Milanovic. Great challenge there by Jordan Courtney Perkins. Douglas Costa gets the ball back for Sydney FC. That's a great challenge there by Courtney Perkins. Wanderers are getting themselves in the attacking opportunities. They're just not giving themselves a chance to score, in my opinion, at the moment. And the press from the Wanderers is still strong. Cicluna and Borello, really the two instigators of the press for the Wanderers. Here's Klamala. Gone all the way back to Hayden Matthews of Sydney FC. Obviously already seen 2 games this A-League season with red cards. Will we see a third? Sydney Derby, you wouldn't rule it out, especially in a game like this, but it'd be wild to see 3 red cards in the first game. The first game week, sorry. It's Leo Sana trying to drive Sydney forward. Popovic sends it all the way over. Everyone all the way to Vidakovic. The young new Wanderers goalkeeper, 21 years of age. I think he's like 6'6" or something as well. Aiden Hammond, great little run there. Another yellow card. Ryan Grant this time. Oh, that's probably about 5 or 6 yellow cards this half. It's been a bit of a feisty one, but it hasn't even been like feisty ones. Probably the feistiest was that challenge from Popovic on Zach Sapson and then Milanovic and everyone getting involved. But no, the other challenge have just been kind of stopping the attack pretty much. They're not fierce yellow cards. Dylan Cicluna, in my opinion, has looked really good. As I say that, he's lost the ball. Here's Joe Lolly. Joe Lolly plays it behind Klamala, and now Wanderers are able to get bodies back behind the ball. Here's Douglas Costa, though, trying to take on Gabby Clare. As the Sydney FC player stays down. It's Patrick Klamala. He's gone down. He's holding his ribs. Wonder what he's gone down from. Maybe he could just copped a bit of a shoulder. Not even that. It's just kind of the ball was played behind him. It's just kind of stopped. Maybe. Oh, this is an interesting one for Patrick Klamala. A chest issue. So Corey Holman's the one that's going to be Oh, he's just being sent to warm up. Interesting one there for Patrick Klamala. Maybe a bit of sickness that we're not aware of. Yeah, both sets of fans doing their best to rile up their players. I think the Wanderers probably needed a bit more than the Sydney FC players. Sydney FC get the ball back after the Wanderers give it back. Great win there by Bonatig. But Sydney FC got it back. Here's Joe Lolly running at Jack Clisby. He's going to cut inside. There he is. It's gone all the way back to Leo Sana. Here's Joe Lolly, right-footed cross, and it's just gone a bit past everyone there. And Nico Milanovic plays it forward, but Sydney FC are able to regain the ball. So Wanderers still struggle to make any inroads at this Sydney defence, especially when they are so solid at the back. Gabby Close pushed all the way up. It's a bit of a... Klamala had the chance to play Douglas Costa out there, to be honest. But Nick Milanovic has gone all the way back to cover for Gabby Close, who's pressed all the way up the field. Not long now until half-time. Is Aiden Hammond, who I think looked pretty decent in that midfield role today. Him and Zakluna definitely don't look out of place. Definitely don't look out of place, those two. Great ball there by Hayden Matthews. No, sorry, that was Popovich. Grant plays Wahim. Jolly out on the left, right, sorry. Running at Jack Clisby. Finds Wahim in the middle. Back to Lolly. Douglas Costa. Can he use his quick feet to beat someone? Plays it out to Klamala. Who's Joe Lolly. And that back heel for Lolly hasn't worked, but Sapsford gives it straight back. Sydney FC are still putting their foot down to the Wanderers here. Wanderers, can they get the ball back and do something before halftime, or Sydney go into the break leading? Here's Caceres going forward. Wahim, oh, he had an opportunity there. Wahim just to score, probably should have. Alex Bonatic and John T. Wook definitely sliding in beside him, probably put him a little bit off, but he had the space there. Wahim to... He had the space to get that shot on target. In my opinion, should be scoring from there, Anas Wahim. Western Sydney Wanderers still sticking to this kind of go long game that they've started this game with. Maybe we see something a little different from Alan Stagish's side in the second half. Not going to see a whole heap of stoppage time in this first half, I don't reckon. Silly foul there by Milanovic. He's on a yellow as well. It's a bit silly. He's not looking at the ball as well. He's nowhere near looking at the ball. Nick Milanovic, you got to be a bit sensible with yourself on a yellow card there. Alan Stajic, I think he's going to have a few words for his Wanderers players at halftime, to be honest. as Sydney look like they're going to go into the break up 1-0. Wanderers 3 minutes added time. Can they get something from this game? Gabby Clare. Can he make something happen? Brillante. No, Barolo, so he plays it behind Clare. And Sydney go forward again here, just at the end of the half. Him. Well defended there by Jean Taylor. We are going to have Griddle at halftime as well. Make sure you stick around for halftime, because we've got a big second half of football to come in this Sydney derby. Zach Satsford, he's won the ball back here. No foul. Tries to play it to Milanovic, and Borello gets in the road of that. Harry, Newy Jets, how are we, mate? How have you enjoyed the A-League being back? It's good to have it back, isn't it? Great to have it back. Sydney going forward towards the end of this half. Maybe they get a chance to double their lead. Here's Caceres. We had to Douglas Costa. Left foot. Puts the cross in. Joe Lolly. Straight at Vidakovic. Luckily for Wanderers fans, that was... Once again, this Sydney FC attack just looks dangerous. I loved it so far, except the Jets result. Yeah, fair. Very surprised that Jets couldn't at least get a goal back against Melbourne City, especially considering the red card to James Jago as well. But I think there was a lot of positive signs. I thought Willie Soul looked pretty decent, in my opinion. Milanovic plays it to Borello. Borello's still got a chance here to get the ball. Gets it. Tries to cross it to the back stick. Keeps it in there. Brandon Borello. Oh, no! Oh. Aiden Hammond, you got to score. You got to score there, and that's half time. Oh. You've got to score there. You've got to score there, Aiden Hammond. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. That was definitely Wanderers' best chance of the game. Oh man, that Aiden Hammond had the opportunity literally with the last kick of the half. Oh, very, very disappointing for Wanderers there. But Sydney FC go in at halftime. Still have another half of football to go as well. Wowee. Let's get some griddle going, shall we? I think we shall get some griddle going on this stream. Let me move myself to... Oh, not that one. Let me move myself to the left a little bit so you can still see my ugly mug as we do this griddle. Alright, looks like it's just pretty much players that have... teams that have played today, sorry. Sydney FC, Wanderers, Jets, Newcastle and City, Brisbane Roar, and 5,000 days since the last game played. All right. I think let's get this thing started. Sorry, with some Steven Ugarkovic for Newcastle, Melbourne City, Newcastle, Sydney FC. Got a few players that we can pick here. Newcastle, Brisbane Roar. My favourite one to always go with is Roy O'Donovan for these ones. Wanderers Sydney FC. Got to go for Trista. What was his name? Sorry. Oh. Um. Oh, it's gone blank. The goalkeeper from Sydney who played for the Wanderers as well. Oof, just gone blank at the moment. I thought his name was like No, I thought his name was like Tristan. Damn. Nah, gone from my head. Gone from my head. Let's just go with Milos Ninkovic, hey? Nice and easy. 4,500 days since last game played for Melbourne City. What's 4,500 days? Patrick Casnorbo? Would it be close to that? It's about 10 years, isn't it? Let's go with Patrick Casnorbo. 3,100. All right. Bummer. All right, Western Sydney Wanderers, Melbourne City. Let's go with a bit of Aaron Moy, hey? Let's bit of Aaron Moy. Brisbane Roar, Western Sydney Wanderers. Now, Jordan Holmes would classify, but he hasn't played a game yet. So, in that case, let's go. Ooh. I'm struggling a bit with that one. I really shouldn't. Any Raw players that have played for the Wanderers that are currently at the Raw? No. That are currently at the Wanderers? Oh. Literally the starting striker tonight, Brendan Borello. Newcastle, Sydney FC. I don't know the Newcastle lineup today. I don't think he did play, did he? Good old the player on loan there. Either way, let's go for someone like Brandon O'Neill. 4,500 days in Sydney FC. Let's go with Marco Rudan. And then 4,500 since Brisbane Roar. Let's go with one of the Aloisi brothers played for Brisbane Roar. One of the Aloisi brothers played for Brisbane Roar. Either way, I am going to go for the slippery fish. Enrique. Oh my god, he retired that. What's 2,000 days? 2,000 days divided by 365. 5 years ago? He only retired 5 years. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. All right. That was one of the Aloisi brothers played, wasn't it? Well, apparently not. Apparently not. There's a shot. There's a couple here I should have got. Chad Gibson, I really should have got. He's the one that designed the Brisbane Roar kits, and that's the one I was trying to think of. Just couldn't. Yeah, wow, that's disappointing for me. That is disappointing for me. 7 328 obscurity rating. I don't think that's too bad. Riley McGaree would have been a good one for Melbourne City as well. Forget he plays for Melbourne City. What are some good ones for Western Sydney? Bernie Abini. That would have been a good one. Matt Yerman. Where's the goalkeeper I was thinking of? Janjetovic. Vredden. That's who I was thinking of. Right. Alright. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. I will be back in just a second. You can look at my awful grid. And I'm just going to fill up my water, go to the toilet, and we'll be back for the second half. I'm back. Sorry. Need some more water. It's very hot up here tonight. Let's have a look at some of these halftime stats for this first A-League game of the season. Let's have a look through the A-League website. Let's see how good their stats are. All right, we're gonna go to Google. We're just gonna go to Google. Halftime stats: 60% possession to Sydney. Yeah, passes seem about right. There's been 5 yellow cards in that first half as well. Wanderers, honestly, with the more attacking opportunities with the corners but it's just those shots and the shots on target. We need to get the shots and shots on target off a bit more. But I don't know. Interesting. Obviously, got a big second half here for both teams. Sydney FC, if they score more than 1 goal, they have the chance to go top of the table for now. Sarim, how are you, man? Hopefully you're enjoying the Sydney Derby and the A-League being back. Because this game has been pretty good so far. Obviously, I'd like to see the Wanderers attack a bit more. But it's still been a pretty good game. Still been a pretty good game so far. Doing good. That's good to hear, Sarim. That is very good to hear. The what do you think of? He's going for Sydney FC for the win. Hey, you're looking very likely at the moment. You're looking very likely that Joe Lolly opener Good finish by Joe Lilly after a bit of a defensive mistake, in my opinion, from the Wanderers. John Tae-Yook, I think he just needed to be a bit more composed there at the back. Mahrez, how you doing, man? Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the Sydney Derby. Yeah, for me, John Tae-Yook had his moments in the first half. He looked good at some stages, but yeah, still the opportunity for him to improve in that second half, in my opinion. Who do we think is going to be the first substitution though for the Wanderers? I think you got to look it towards Anderson and Juan Mata, right? I'm a Wanderers fan. Sorry, I'm a Wanderers fan. Got the new Wanderers kit in, yesterday afternoon actually. Yeah, I think Anderson, Kraev, and Mata. I think that you give me the three you're really looking towards if you're Alan Stajcic. Ben Holiday definitely can add that attacking flair down one of those wings, but I think Aiden Hammond and Milanovic have looked pretty good. Are you a Sydney FC fan, Sarim? Sydney FC, on the other hand, their attacking options, they've got a lot. They've got a fair few decent attacking options on the bench. You know, Kacharski. You're looking at Max Burgess and Manatides, and then midfield cover. You've got Corey Holman and Segicic as well. Joel King, pretty much their only defensive option. Obviously, Courtney Perkins can play as a centre back if needed. But yeah, pretty much only Joel King as the defensive option. You are a Sydney fan? Hey, fair enough. Oh, indeed, there has been so many fouls this game. Obviously, already 5 yellow cards in the first half as well. Um, it's what the derbies are made for, right? That they're meant to be these games that get the fans involved, and I think you can tell the fans are getting involved because it's starting to get a bit feisty out in the field, which is great. It's great to see. It's great to see. I'll be interested to see what the crowd number is for this game. I don't think it's quite a sellout, by the looks of it. It's very close. I think probably 1,000 off, but I think you're still looking at. I think you're still looking at 28 plus, in my opinion. We need Mata. I think one Mata needs to come on in the second half for me. Um, I think we are just lacking that last killer ball. I think that's what we need. But I don't know. I don't know. Milanovic for me needs to probably play a bit more central. I think Dylan Cicluna's looked unreal, to be honest, and it would have been great if Aiden Hammond scored that goal just on the end of half time. That would have been mega coming into the break. It really could have changed the whole outlook on this game. Božidar Krajev, there we go. Božidar Krajev has come on for this second half. Zach Sapsford's made way. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I do know Abdu. I know a Abdu. We're back underway here for the second half. Božidar Krajev looks like he's going to be Brennan Barolo's strike partner for this second half. Gonna be very interested to see how he works alongside Brendan Barolo, and if he can make that difference in this derby game. Obviously, Bojan Krajev coming over from Wellington Phoenix after a great season he had last season at Wellington Phoenix. Probably not as much attacking output as he would have liked, but still a great season for Bojan Krajev. And then do that, and then Krajev. Boom, boom. he told you about me. Any friend of Abdu's a friend of mine. There we go. Bojan Krajev placing Zach Sassford at the start of the second half. Sydney FC won the ball back very quickly here. But Dylan Cicluna, I think, Wanderers' best player in that first half, wins the ball back. Make sure you are liking the stream and subscribing to the channel if you are new around here as well. Doing a lot of A-League live streams at this upcoming season. Brendan Borello wins the ball. And Bojan Krajev wins us a free kick in a dangerous position. Probably 25 yards out. Probably a good spot for someone like Jack Clisby to put the ball into the box here. Brandon Borello behind as well, and can't surely not think about a shot, right? You're surely not thinking about a shot from out here. Here's Jack Clisby, Brandon Borello. Borello takes the shots. Yeah, it's decent. Decent. Decent shot, but never travelling Redmayne from that far. Obviously, the Sydney Wanderers looking to make finals this season after missing out last year. Jack Clisby and Joe Lolly go in sliding here. Joe Lolly comes out. If he plays Leo Sana out wide there, I think Sydney FC have a decent chance of scoring. Bojan Krajev. Hopefully he can make something happen for the Wanderers up top. Alex Bonatig. Good switch over here towards Nick Milanovic, who takes a touch inside Courtney Perkins, but loses out. Leo Sanders looked really good in the midfield for Sydney FC, in my opinion. Ryan Grant, the old boy, getting down the right-hand side. Tries to put it in front of Joe Lolly. Bit far. Joe Lolly is still able to keep it in, though. And Jack Clisby commits the foul right on the edge of the box. This is a dangerous position for someone like Joe Lolly, for someone like Douglas Costa. I think this is going to be a dangerous free kick for Sydney FC. Close free kick indeed. Hopefully for my sake, Vidakovic can keep the ball out of the net, because if Sydney FC score their second here, I think it's a long way back for the Wanderers. Douglas Costa. I think he's gonna take the shot here. I think Douglas Costa's gonna take the shot here. Here he is. He does take the shot, but Alex Bonatig gets his head to it before Vidakovic has to save it. Looks like Douglas Costa's going to take this corner as well for Sydney FC. No. And it's Wahim. over the free kick, over the corner, sorry. Plays it to Douglas Costa, though. Back to Wahim. And then Hayden Matthews gets a touch on it, but just goes over. Swung back in, though, for Sydney FC. Here's Douglas Costa. Cuts inside. Easy claim, though, for Vidakovic. Looked pretty comfortable so far tonight. Obviously couldn't do a whole lot about that Joe Lolly goal earlier. Wanderers. Bojda Kraev flicks it over for Aiden Hammond here. Can he beat Hayden Matthews to it? He can. Now, can he make something happen from this position? He's still somehow got it. No, he's lost it. He's finally lost it after being cornered by 3 players. Sydney FC have to clear it, though, and then give him the ball straight back to the Wanderers. Interesting stat just showing up there for Sydney FC. A lot of their attack going down the left-hand side through Douglas Costa. I thought Joe Lolly was pretty involved in this game so far. Here's Gabby Clare. Cross towards Borello. Borello took it away from Milanovic there, in my opinion. Mahrez. It might be tough for West Sydney to make finals this season, in my opinion. That's very interesting. Everyone pretty much has Wanderers as a finals team, to be honest, including myself. Yeah, I'm probably a little biased. I thought the Wanderers have recruited and put together a pretty good squad here, to be honest. That kind of plays into Stadic's game style. But interesting to hear your opinion on that, to be honest. I think the youngsters, especially for Wanderers, have looked really good. Milanovic almost in behind there, the Sydney FC line, but Andrew Redmayne comes out with his experience and clears the ball. Bonatig, some great feet there to go pretty much past 3 Sydney FC players. He's had a few of those little runs today, Alex Bonatig. Wanderers just still, in my opinion, need a bit of calmness when they're going forward. They just seem to just want to go forward. Juan Mata looks like he's getting his instructions, and he looks like he's ready to come on. I do like that Wanderers warm-up kit as well. That's very nice. Oh, very good pressing there by Dylan Cicluna on Andrew Redmayne. And Wanderers would have thrown high up the pitch. Here come the Wanderers. I think something's brewing here. Jonte Walk out towards Gabby Clare. Taking on Courtney Perkins. Gabby Clare he's played a lot of positions over this last 12 or so months. Played midfield a couple of times. Played centre back a few times as well last season. And then, of course, his natural right back position as well. Bit of an everything man for Marco Redan last season. Almost the same with Dylan Cicluna, but it looks like they're both in their more comfortable positions tonight, with Cicluna playing as a midfielder and Gabby Clare out on his right back side. No Aiden Simmons tonight, which I thought was a bit interesting by Alan Stajic. Nice little play here by Sydney FC between Caceres, Wahim, and Ryan Grant. The Wanderers win back the ball. Borello just plays it too far in front of Gabby Clare. It's just that ball that try and put us in behind, in my opinion. It's just not there. We're trying to force it a little bit. Wanderers win it high up here. Here's Bojda Kraev. Here's Kraev on the edge of the box again. Borello. Here's Hammonds. Yeah! Come on! Come on! Aiden Hammond with the goal to put the Wanderers level. Come on. Come on. That's what the Wanderers needed. That's exactly what the Wanderers needed to get back in this game. Aiden Hammond should have scored one just before halftime, but he gets this one a lot more composed, puts it past Andrew Redmayne. Come on. Come on. Božidar Krojev, I think, really key with that. Finally a goal time. Yes, exactly. Come on. Maris gives us the big old yeah in chat as well. And as Juan Matters just about to get bored on, he's got his kid on and everything. The Wanderers get one back. Corey Holman coming in for Sydney FC. Anas Wahim coming off. That's an interesting one. I thought Wahim looked fairly decent tonight, so I think that's a big call there by Uffy. Yeah, that's a big call. The youngsters for the Wanderers, they're looking good, Zakluna and Hammond. But Božidar Krojev, in my opinion, a big part of that goal. What did I say? The Wanderers. I could feel something coming. Sydney FC kind of looking a bit shaky playing out from the back now. Sarah's looking to get away from Zakluna and does it well. Great play there from Sydney FC. Douglas Costa coming over to this right-hand side now. Looks like Lolly's playing through the middle with Kamala out left. Now Lolly comes over to his natural right-hand side. Douglas Costa's got space in the middle here, but well saved by Vidakovic there. Not enough tracking there, especially on someone like Douglas Costa. Caceres with a lovely ball there, though. But Vidakovic with a great save. Doesn't just save it, he holds it as well, which is massive. Božidar Krojev. Here we go, the Wanderers. Aiden Hammond. Here's Božidar Krojev. Good cross! Oh! Gabby Clare. Brollo. And Douglas Costa with his class headers it back to Andrew Redmayne. The Wanderers are coming. Here come the Wanderers. One batter just about to come on. This is absolutely massive. Sydney FC still looking dangerous going forward, though. They've still got the talent go forward. Still need to be careful of Sydney FC's attack. Corey Holman. Can we get at him some fresh blood in the game? Obviously, big raps on Corey Holman from a majority of people involved with Sydney FC. Douglas Costa. Can he make something happen for the Sky Blues? Here's Holman. Costa in the box, quick feet. That's a great challenge there by Tay Wook, in my opinion. Here's Douglas Costa. I think he's going to start cooking something, Douglas Costa. Kamala still down in the box. Sydney FC still trying to go forward here. Poor clearance there from Hammond. Wanderers, great. Oh, I almost brought it down. Bozhidakroyev. Mara is quite surprised to see Sydney have been heavily backed in the last 10 to 15 minutes before the start. Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought, look, honestly, I thought this was going to be a close game. I initially backed a draw, and then I changed my mind last minute to a Wanderers win. It's a great challenge, though, by John Taywook. One matter. Here he comes. Here comes one matter. For Aiden Hammond, the goal scorer. Here comes a World Cup winner, a Euros winner. He's won basically every competition he's played in, Juan Mata. Caceres plays it to Holman. Back to Caceres. Lots of players in the box there for Sydney. Douglas Costa with the cross. Oh, wowee. Klamala gets one back for Sydney FC. 2-1. I just want to check he's not offside because there was a first header and then Klamala got to that. That's what I'm a bit wary of, but wow, a great set piece routine there from Sydney FC. Juan Mata hasn't even touched the ball yet, and they've scored with him on the pitch. Cross by Costa. Oh no, Jonte Wook plays him on. He plays him on, Jonte Wook. Hayden Matthews flicks it on, and Klamala gets he barely gets a touch on it. It's a derby. You never know what's going to happen in Sydney FC. They've gone back in front. Klamala with a debut goal. John Taylor playing him on as well. Can Juan Mata, Bozhidakroyev, can they cook something up between them? This is exactly what you want from an opening week derby. You want goals. You want this drama. Wanderers. Here's Bozhidakroyev. Wanderers. Can we get one back? Barris is hyped that he's over 2.5 goals has gone through. Still the heavy press continues from the Wanderers. Douglas Costa. And goes into the book. Delaying the restart of the game. Very fair. What is going to happen in the last 25 minutes of this game? Make sure you have liked the stream. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because this has been an almighty watch along so far, and we've still got time to go. We've still got time to go. Also, make sure you subscribe so you know what watch alongs we're doing next, because I plan to do a fair few live streams this season, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss one. Foul committed there by Leo Sanner on Gabby Clare. Wanderers take it quickly, though. No one's really ready. Not even the cameraman was ready for him to take it that quickly. Juan Mata pressing high for the Wanderers. I don't think he's had a touch yet, Juan Mata. John Taywalk with the header back for Božidar Krajev. Brenda Borelli trying to flick it onto Juan Mata there. Iris thinks Sydney might hold on here. Look, it wouldn't surprise me. The defence has been fairly solid majority of the game. Wanderers, though, they've had their opportunities. It's just whether they get that final ball. And I think Božidar Krajev and Juan Mata, I think those two together, I think that could help Wanderers final ball problem. Here is Juan Mata coming deep to get his feet on the ball. Can be interesting to see how Juan Mata adapts to Australian football, playing football in the summer. Not just any summer, the Australian summer as well. So it's a nice hot compared to what he's been used to in Europe and Japan. Oh my God, what a save from Vidakovic. That should have been 3-1 for Sydney. That is a huge save from Vidakovic. Keeps the Wanderers in this. Krajev. Here's Juan Mata. Božidar Krajev has it again. Great challenge there by Corey Holman. And Sydney FC have another chance here. It's 2-on-2. John Taywalk, Joe Lolly. And Joe Lolly just takes a bad touch just at the end. This game's getting really open now. This goals could flow either way. Great ball over the top here. No call there for Breno Borello. Looks like I think, is that Anthony Caceres or Leo Senna that's put his hand up for a substitution there? Looks like Leo Senna. Sydney FC trying to build something up here. Douglas Costa. Since switching to the right, Douglas Costa has been almost to an extent unplayable. Leo Senna's definitely struggling here. He's barely moving, Leo Senna. Cut out there by Gabby Clare. Wanderers just need to have a bit of calmness on the ball. Don't need to lob it forward every time. Here's Caceres. Lolly blasted across goal. No one's getting on the end of that. Klamala definitely should have scored there to make it 3-1. That's a great save from Vidakovic. Absolutely huge save from Vidakovic. Wanderers win a free kick there. Corey Holman takes down Dylan Chicluna, who's been through the walls today, Dylan Chicluna. It feels like he's been copping kicks left and right, and every foul's been against him. Vidakovic plays it out to Gabby Clare. Flicks on. Nick Milanovic. Here's Juan Mata. Back to Nick Milanovic. It's good ball by Mata. That's exactly what the Wanderers need. Juan Mata plays in Milanovic there. Corner for the Wanderers. Imagine someone like Jack Clisby's going to take that. Ooh. Mata tried to catch him off. Juan Mata tries to catch him out there. Nice idea from Juan Mata. I'm not going to lie. Nice idea. No one was ready for that. They're waiting for everyone to get their bodies into the box. Robert says up the Sky Blues. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough, Robert. They're up so far. Still 20 minutes to go. So I wouldn't count your chickens just yet. But they're looking good. There's a reason I put Sydney FC to finish second for me this season. Gabby Chloe goes down with an injury. Bit of cramp for Gabby Chloe, looks like. Bit of hamstring cramp. It's a great cross from Douglas Costa. Definitely getting their money's worth so far in the FC through Douglas Costa, in my opinion. He definitely looks like... Here we go! Benny Holiday! He's coming on! Benny Holiday! Got the jersey! Benny Holiday! He's coming on! Where he comes on, that's going to be the good question. Yeah, 100%. 100%, Robert. I think, some visa signings come in and they're not that hyped up to be. I think even you yourself would say Fabio Gomez, Lacerda last season, they weren't that great. Douglas Costa looks like he's going to hit the ground running here in Sydney. Wanderers win the throw-in. And here come the changes, I believe, for the Wanderers. Dylan Cicluna comes off for Pelicanos for A-League debut. No. Maybe not Cicluna. Gabby Clare coming off for Benny Holiday, so will we see Benny play as almost a right back? No, Cicluna's playing right fullback. And who was the other substitution? No, Benny hasn't come on yet. You don't know why I'm so excited about Benny Holiday. He plays for Moreton City Excelsior, my local NPL team. Obviously a part of the Moreton City Excelsior side that made the quarterfinals of the Australia Cup, but it's just great to see a local boy get his chance at a professional level. There's a couple of other boys from that Moreton City side that I think deserve a shot at a higher level, but great to see Great to see Benny Holiday get his chance. Caceres chops in, hits it straight at John T. Wook. Brillante, I don't know, not convinced. Not convinced by Brillante. He's just kind of hoofing it forward at the moment. So are we finally making that change for... No? No, Benny Holiday's not coming on yet. Sydney FC, go forward. Here's Klamala. Courtney Perkins. Tries to play it back to Joe Lolly, but just too far ahead of him. And Joe Lolly loses it out of bounds. Max Burgess about to come on for Sydney FC. Borello wins a free kick for the Wanderers there. Alex Popovich just getting a bit too far, a bit too close. Robert says, I never thought I would see Douglas Costa and Aussie legend Redmayne on the same team in the Sydney Derby. Yeah, it's if you told me that 12 months ago, I would have been very, very shocked, to be completely honest with you. Scicluna back at that right back spot. Bit of an everywhere man. But yeah, Douglas Costa on that right-hand side. He's, for me, it's going to be very difficult for Ufuk Talai to keep Joe Lolly on that right-hand side over Douglas Costa. I think he's looked excellent, Douglas Costa. Here's Costa. He's taking on Jack Clisby. Plays inside. He's got it back now, Costa. He's got those dancing feet happening at the moment. Here's Borello. That's a... Oh, he's got the ball. All right. I thought for sure Corey Holman got him. Oh, Courtney Perkins, sorry. He definitely got him. Definitely got nowhere near the ball. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Pelicanos, going to be interesting to see what he can add to this Sydney derby. Benny Holiday still waiting to come on. Wanderers definitely looking a bit flat at the moment. Jalali. Oh, I 100% agree, Robert. 100% agree. Lolly and Costa definitely need to start every week. It's just, for me, that the decision for Ufuk Talai is who starts on the right, because they're both left-footed players that comes inside onto their left. But I don't know. In my opinion, Douglas Costa's looks a lot more dangerous on that right-hand side. 10 minutes to go on the Sydney derby. Can the Wanderers get one back? Or will Sydney win this derby once again in Wanderers territory? Bushido Karayev plays it out wide. Brillante pretty much playing as a single pivot now. Vidakovic, I think, has been good as well. Been very good for a 21-year-old to debut as a goalkeeper in a game like this. Western Sydney Wanderers, I think, have looked fairly decent tonight. I do think Sydney FC are just that tier above them in terms of quality this season. But Wanderers have definitely had their moments. Juan Mata wins it back. Brandon Borrello. Oh! Just wide by Brandon Borrello. Just wide by Brandon Borrello. Juan Mata wins the ball back there. Oh, it's just past the right and up throw. Robert thinks that Costa is the right choice for the right. Joe is showing he can play on the left. I think it will be a flexible choice, like you say there, Robert. I think between games they will chop and change. I think even mid game they will chop and change, to be honest. Leo Sana looks like he's come off. He looked very good, Leo Sana. Here comes Benny Holiday. This is what exactly I wanted to see. Benny Holiday coming on, and Marcus Anderson also coming on for the Wanderers. Anderson replaces Borrello. Ben Holiday. Who's he coming on for? Dylan Shikluna. Benny Holiday, definitely a left-sided player, so it's going to be interesting to see. Definitely going to... so Jack Clisby gone around to the right-hand side by the looks of it. Here he is. Benny Holiday on the field. That's exactly it. Mr. Soccer, how you doing? Everyone's going forward here for the Wanderers pretty much. Juan Mata sending over the free kick. Honestly, feeling like a proud dad. Got the shirt on right here. Got the shirt on right here. Juan Mata with a pretty poor cross. Redmayne very easily claims that one. This is what I've been waiting for all night. Benny Holiday to come on. There's his first touch. Not the greatest. It goes out of bounds on the left hand side. Who's got the captain's armband now? I do not, Mr. Soccer. I do not. Juan Mata and Douglas Costa played against each other in the Champions League. I didn't... I mean, it makes sense that they would have at some point, but I didn't know that. 5 minutes to go here for the Wanderers. Can they make something out of this? Bonneteague plays it out right. Is Jack Clisby. Tries to weight the ball into the middle. Brandon Borrello blocked off very well there by Popovic. Ah! How are you, man? How are you? Here's Ben. Plays the ball in towards Božidar Krajev. Here's Milanovic. Been fairly quiet tonight, Milanovic. Here's Benny Holiday. Wins a free kick for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Red card! Whoa, whoa, wait, hang on. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Max Burgess sent off. He's probably been on the field 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, that is pretty ugly. Oh, yeah, that's bad. I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, the fair out. Alex King has got it spot on there, in my opinion. There you go. Roberts come through with Douglas Costa and Juan Mata's last matchup against each other. Man United Juve 2018. 2-1 United. Hey, we love a United win. We love a United win. Wow, Max Burgess sent off in the derby. That is massive. That is massive. That is absolutely huge for this game. Now, can the Wanderers, can they make something out of this? Juan Mata doesn't get past the first man. Wow, that's I was not expecting that for Ben Holiday's first contribution. Pretty much to get a Sydney FC a player sent off. Here's Juan Mata. Decent cross, cleared by Courtney Perkins. Here's Ben Holiday. Oh, we've won a corner here, the Wanderers. Here they come. Marcus Anderson, can he get the head on it? Max Burgess down the tunnel with his head in his hands. Douglas Costa's coming off for Joel King, it looks like. So defensive substitution there for Sydney FC. Juan Mata over the corner. Juan Mata with a decent cross to Wei Zhong. Sydney FC players just going down at the moment. Thoughts on Auckland's first game? Look, they looked fairly okay. Once again, I'm still not 100% convinced on their ability to break down teams because they didn't really do that today. I think they caught Brisbane on the break with their second goal. And then the first goal is the first goal. But it's great to see a new club into the league, a club with already a great backing as well. A sold-out first match. 7 minutes of added time here for the Wanderers to get something out of this game. Probably end up being 8 or 9 now with that injury. But what do you think of the Auckland game, Kevin? I think that's definitely signs there for Auckland. I think there's definitely signs there for Brisbane as well. Who's on the ground? Who was it? Was it? I will take Sam Kerr any day of the week. Sam Kerr is an amazing striker. Sam Kerr is an amazing striker. I would not complain about that at all. I wonder how Douglas Costa's English is, to be honest. Here's Benny Holiday down the left. Puts a good ball in. Oh! Towards Antonsen. Benny Holiday, I'm telling you, he makes things happen. Thought the game was not bad. Auckland had a pretty good atmosphere. I think Brisbane's runners up for Wooden Spoon. Yeah, okay. I actually felt that Brisbane had a pretty, decent game. Similar to the Wanderers, I think. I think similar to the Wanderers, they just need that last ball to go through. Andrew Redmayne picks up a yellow card here for time wasting. Wanderers still trying to loop the ball forward as Alex Bonatig gives away a free kick and a dangerous position here for Sydney FC. That's exactly what you don't want towards this end of the game. We do love Sam Kerr, Robert. We do love Sam Kerr. Sydney FC now just looking for a killer. Here's Caceres going to the corner to get some time wasted. The longest time, Robert thought that Joe Lolly was Aussie, and I was wondering why Graham Arden wasn't playing him, and then I found out he was English. Yes, Joe Lolly is one of the most English people you'll hear, to be honest. His accent is very, very strong. The Nottingham, almost Nottingham accent. He's played for Nottingham Forest for a while as well. Sydney FC with a good time wasting down here on the corner. Who win a corner. 4 minutes of added time left, maybe 5, considering that Popovic went down in the first minute. No, that you're exactly right there, Robert. I wouldn't put it past Graham Arnold to get some expats or anything. But he's gone now. It'll be interesting to see where he goes next. How's Douglas Costa and Juan Mata looking? Juan Mata came off the bench probably 15, 20 minutes ago. He's had some good points. Nothing too good at the moment, to be honest. Douglas Costa looks phenomenal in my opinion, especially coming from the right, cutting into the left. Brillante tries to play in Clisby here. Kraev plays it out of touch. Yeah, look, Juan Mata, it's hard to impact a game from the bench. But Douglas Costa, I think, is going to be one to look out for this season. I think he's going to be a great player. Here's the Wanderers. Can they make something happen here? Good ball in towards Antonsen. Oh, he just can't bring it into his grasp there. Anderson just played a little bit too far in front of him. Here's Clisby. Ball towards the back post. Here's Milanovic, but straight at Andrew Redmayne. Nicholas Milanovic, in my opinion, hasn't looked too crash hot for this game. Here's Sydney FC. Can they finish it? Is Klamala. Great defensive work there by Ben Holiday. as played forward by Holiday. Antonsen pressing. Milanovic plays it inside. Holiday overlapping. Switches on here for the Wanderers if they can find it. Juan Mata out to Jack Clisby. Here's Juan Mata again. Jack Clisby, ball way towards the back post. Anderson wins the header. Oh, it's Kraev, sorry. Both got the yellow boots on, sorry. Anderson just can't get to the touch on it as well. Kevin asks, do you go live for most A-League games or just Wanderers? Not all A-League games. I'm going to try and do one a week. Probably except for weeks that Brisbane Roar have a home game. I think Brisbane Roar are playing at home because they're my local club, actually. Well, now that I live in Brisbane. But I'm going to try and go live for most home games that Brisbane Roar. One game a week for games that Brisbane Roar don't have a home game. Robert says Tony Popovich was class for you lot. I hated him. Now I have to love him. Yeah, very true. What Tony Popovich obviously did absolute wonders with the Wanderers in the first couple of years. Look, I like that he's probably going to experiment a bit more with the younger Australian players more than Graham Arnold would have. Here's Pelikanos down the left. Time running out for the Wanderers. Ben Holiday tries to put in the cross. It's a corner, though, for the Wanderers. Can they get something out of this in the last minute of the game? Looks like Holiday may take the corner himself as well. Vidakovic comes up as well. An absolute giant in the box. Ben Holiday. Deep. Oh, Sydney FC give away another corner. Klamala gets in the road of Redmayne. Who's this? Juan Mata on the corner. Towards Vidakovic. Oh, Ben Holiday tries to get a touch on it. And there we go. Sydney FC win the first Sydney derby. And what was an absolute cracker of a game as well. Absolute cracker of the game. Fair enough to Sydney FC. I think they have a great squad this year. And it was a great win for them. Thank you all so much for tuning into this stream. Definitely had a late flurry of chatters join, but thank you all for watching. Make sure you do like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of watch-alongs coming up this season, a lot of content coming out as well. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.